Things went from bad to worst after he snubbed Jynxzi in front of 40,000 people during an IRL stream and continued to avoid charity work. What's really going on with Kai? Let's get into it. By the way, if you want more breakdowns of streamer drama like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button now. It helps more than you think. Kai Cenat, being one of the biggest streamers on any platform, is also the most hated sometimes. The Kai Cenat hate train started in late July after a gaming stream with Jynxzi. Kai and Jynxzi were supposed to play Clash Royale together, and this was a major collab. Jynxzi was even so excited about it that he posted a flyer for the stream on social media. Before Kai Cenat even jumped on, Jynxzi was already having a good time playing on his own. And he sounded super excited when he heard Kai Cenat was ready to join the stream. But excitement quickly turned into frustration after Kai jumped on. The first red flag was when Kai decided he was going to add the whole A.M.P house to the event. Now, it may not look like it, but Kai actually thought he was doing Jynxzi a favor right here by involving all the members of the A.M.P house, but it just led to more chaos. None of them had ever played Clash Royale before, and Jynxzi was prepared to walk them through it. Jynxzi then proposes they do a tournament, and everyone was down for it. Things quickly start to go off the rails when members of the A.M.P house kept getting distracted and changing the topic when Jynxzi was trying to set up the tourney. From Kai's mic messing up to the guys screaming at each other, Jynxzi was getting more and more frustrated. And things went from bad to worse when Kai Cenat got up and left to do an IRL stream, leaving Jynxzi utterly confused. The wild part? He didn't even tell Jynxzi. 1 minute he was in the call, the next he was gone, leaving Jynxzi sitting there like he didn't even exist. Frustrated and embarrassed, Jynxzi just ended the stream altogether. The worst part was that he didn't even tell Jynxzi that he was leaving. He was treated like he wasn't even there at all. Jynxzi, understandably frustrated, decided to end the stream and go do something else. Immediately after this happened, both Jynxzi's and Kai Cenat fans went crazy on Kai, and chat began calling him out for leaving Jynxzi out to dry. It wasn't until after people started spamming L's in the chat that Kai noticed what he had done. It would be too late, of course, as by the time Kai made it back upstairs, Jynxzi was long gone. This reaction by Kai sent fans into confusion because Kai, being surprised that Jynxzi ended stream, meant he was half expecting Jynxzi to just sit there and wait for him to finish his IRL stream before coming back to him without any communication whatsoever. Fans? Furious. Chat? Spamming L's. And the comments? Absolutely brutal. That was so grimy from A.M.P bro, especially Kai. They deadass ditched on the stream because they can't just shut up and listen to instructions. This high key needs to be talked about. The disrespect is crazy. Genuinely feel bad for him, man. He waited all day just to be ditched like that. Sorry, Jynxzi. If I were Jynxzi, I would never collab with any of them again, just for self-respect. And here's the crazy part. This wasn't even the biggest L Kai took this year. Stick around because in a minute, we'll get into how even MrBeast called him out. And hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, drop a like. It keeps us motivated to keep covering this wild streamer stuff. Following the backlash, Kai did try to apologize to chat over the situation, but it didn't go down well as people thought he was deflecting the blame onto the other members of the A.M.P house for dragging him into an IRL stream. Kai Cenat was telling the truth though, because before randomly getting up and ditching Jynxzi, you can hear him multiple times in the background telling the A.M.P guys that he didn't want to do an IRL. Now, this isn't to defend Kai Cenat or anything, but he clearly had no plans of leaving, at least initially. Where things really went wrong was when the whole A.M.P crew jumped on the call. They were never all that committed to the Clash Royale tourney, and as soon as something slightly more interesting came up, they immediately dragged Kai out the room. Even if this was just a misunderstanding, Kai still fumbled, badly, and fans weren't letting it slide. But if the Jynxzi collab was messy, the XQC drama was a straight-up disaster. Believe it or not, this wasn't even Kai's worst moment this year. Earlier in the year, XQC blatantly accused Reggie and Rakai, two guys in the Kai Cenat cinematic universe, of viewbotting. And then XQC doubled down on his claims when asked about it. XQC accused Kai's close friends of viewbotting, pointing out that their chat activity didn't match their huge view counts. That's pretty much the ultimate insult in streaming. Kai fired back with a screaming rant, even admitting XQC wasn't talking about him, but still never addressed the actual evidence. And when XQC replied, he cut straight through Kai's noise, repeating the same question everyone was asking. If the viewers are real, why is chat dead? Kai didn't respond to anything XQC said. Instead, he went off on a long scattergun rant, swearing, screaming, and calling XQC a dick eater. Kai even acknowledges XQC wasn't talking about him, but still feels the need to defend his dudes. It's fair to say the court of public opinion was on XQC's side with this one, as people thought if Kai was going to talk about Rakai and Reggie botting their streams, then he should be talking about the impossibly low chat rate. Otherwise, it really just looks like Kai is helping new streamers fake their way to the top, which especially doesn't sit well with fans after the whole mess with Streamers University. This back and forth between XQC and Kai Cenat would ultimately be the perfect excuse for MrBeast to involve both of them in his Team Water charity initiative. MrBeast is trying to raise a lot of money to help provide clean water to places and people who need it. So he publicly challenged both XQC and Kai Cenat on the 1st of August. I remember XQC and Kai Cenat, you guys talking about who's richer on stream and going band for band. Let's settle it. Whoever donates the most to Team Water is officially the richest. Aiden Ross decided to add flames to the fire when he called out Kai Cenat to donate $400K. And this is where things get really messy because Kai and Aiden got a little beef of their own. And this was Aiden trying to one-up him publicly, even if it was for a good cause. To make things worse, Aiden said Kai would only need to donate $300K instead of $400K on account of the $100K he owes XQC after the bet he lost. And on top of all of that, XQC reveals that Kai Cenat has blocked his number. So yeah, the optics? Terrible. Because refusing a random collab is one thing, refusing MrBeast on a clean water project makes you look heartless. Of course, donating to charity isn't an obligation, and if Kai isn't interested in doing it, he shouldn't feel pressured into doing it, but now he looks like he's ducking a challenge from Aiden and XQC to donate clean water after he's already flexed that he could go band for band with them. Then, during the charity stream Aiden and X did with MrBeast, Jimmy had to ask people to chill out with the hate that Kai was receiving. But here's where things really spiraled. People started saying Kai abandoned an entire school in Nigeria. And the reason why Kai is especially getting more hate recently is because of a fake story about Kai abandoning a project to build a new school in a poor area in Nigeria. Late last year, Kai Cenat promised to build a new school after he visited the village. And now people are claiming that Kai went back on his promise because of a clip circulating online where a YouTuber visits the same area and finds out that there's been zero progress. So a lot of YouTubers have been sharing this clip and calling out Kai Cenat for not keeping his promise, but that isn't exactly what's going on. Kai only started this project less than a year ago, and he posted a timeline of how long the school is going to take to be completed, which was around 1 year. That's also an unrealistic target because doing a project this large can often take a long time. In reality, the YouTuber in that clip who visited the same area Kai did actually didn't mention Kai at all in his video. It was just two different creators visiting the same impoverished area, and the internet just ran with the narrative that Kai had ducked responsibility because there is a huge hate campaign against Kai Cenat right now. And there are plenty of legitimate reasons to criticize Kai Cenat right now. He and the A.M.P crew did snub Jynxzi in the middle of a collab to go do an IRL stream, and Kai ducked callouts for weeks to donate to MrBeast's clean water charity, only to then return with the announcement of a Mafia-thon stream like nothing had ever happened. Kai Cenat is by no means a bad person, but 2025 has been rough for him. It's been one mistake after another, and back-to-back common Kai L's these days, which is why it's no surprise that he's just looking to move past it all at this point. What do you think about Kai's recent antics? Was this Kai just being careless, or is he really ducking responsibility? Drop your take in the comments. I read every one. And if you want to stay ahead on streamer drama, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown.